This is the Motovation Podcast, hosted by Laurie Joy Kingwell and Krissy Vann. That's me. And we're taking you on a little off-roading.
And every single week, we're going to be joined by our dope friend, Richelle from True Grit Moto.
Woo! Hey, I floss.
And every week, we are going to ask each other stupid questions, and we're going to answer them. And why, you may ask? Because we can. All right, this is your Motovation
Off-road edition.
You go to Mexico so soon, so you leave this Friday?
Ugh, couldn't come any sooner, honestly. Like, these nips were made for walking.
You're feeling chill. Okay, everyone's like, it's so chilly. Is that what you're saying? You feel very cold? Is that what you're getting at?
Yeah. I'm cold.
I'm not feeling it, guys. I run cold, and I've been walking with the lightest jackets outside, just being like, why doesn't it feel? It feels actually warmer to me than it did even a month ago.
Oh, how nice for you.
Yeah, it is pretty great. I got to say again, you're all losers. You're all a bunch of losers.
Listen, I tried to get different headphones, and I almost
This sounds good.
This
sounds way better. Way better.
Way better.
I have it connected, and I'm also taped to my table right now. So we're doing it.
I love it. Devil Flammy.
This is it. What an upgrade.
I'm living. I know, truly, honestly. I mean, it's an upgrade when it's tape.
My dad was that guy that duct taped everything. Like the amount of duct tape that I think he still has this car, actually. Yes, he does. And he'd say, yeah, like it's a car that would the mirror got hit and it was hanging. Instead of getting it fixed, he just duct taped it. And then something else kind of gets a bit jiggity jaggedy and he doesn't get it fixed. He just duct tapes it. And so the car was a nice car and it just had duct tape all over it. And I'm like, he still has that car. Yeah. So I think about it.
What else?
He's got a janky truck too, though.
Wallets out of duct tape.
You have a wallet?
Oh, yeah.
Well, not anymore, but when I was younger, you could make the finest fineries out of duct tape. They're probably still
the finest
somewhere.
It's so funny when you
dress up my cape.
You have I remember going to school and I would see those taped wallet things and I'd be like, I'm going to look poor if I have a taped wallet. So I don't want to do that. But of course you're poor. I was poor.
Rich kids are like, let's look poor. It's cool.
Yeah, it's hot, so hot. Let's look cool. I'm like,
it's still kind of that way today, isn't it? We were walking. Yeah. Actually, yes, it is. We were walking on the seawall, and this woman walks up, and it's like all designer clothes. And I said, it's such a strange thing that the style is to look like a bag person. I don't mean to sound that rude, but in the way this. It just was so many random layers of things that didn't go but went. And it's just like somebody that's just trying to keep warm, but it was full designer.
Oh.
And it was it was Dave and I were walking together and he's like, yeah, it's literally that's the in thing is to let's just put it all on my body.
It's so
Gucci.
When
I just find designer handbags weird.
Gross.
I find it so weird. I just emceed an event yesterday at Terminal City Club. So obviously and that's just one thing that I notice. I never carry a purse. I'm a pockets person. I've also currently lost my license, credit card, debit card, and library card. And I know they're hanging out together and a purse might have been helpful, but they're in a pocket somewhere. But I was looking around and it's exactly that. I actually mentally thought about it. The amount of money just on people's little arms. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, purses aren't necessary. It's an unnecessary, you're traveling with luggage. Yet when I travel, all I want is to not have luggage.
Oh,
yeah. Yeah.
Amen.
Anyway.
But remember it was such an in thing to have these huge purses, they're really big and you just kept adding more things. And you were like, I'm 2 weeks away from my period, but that doesn't matter. Box of tampons, a brush, snacks, whatever you could. And it's a wild how later down they got so small. I found COVID's when I just started doing the wallet. Now I'm a wallet. Doesn't even have a zip. It's just got a little clamp thing, the little mouth clamp opening where you press it and it opens kind of wide.
Yes.
Just holds it tight. And Dave is always
what? When my boyfriend visits.
Well, there it is. She just clap it. Hey-oh, a yawn. Hey-oh. Just clap yawns it. Open. Yeah.
It does. Yeah, that is a yawn open. You could make a brand called The Yawn. We could make them out of duct tape.
Like the wallets?
Yeah.
You
It
think
is a
they go
yawn.
like
It's
hotcakes?
cool.
Yeah, it is. It's a yawn.
I don't want to lie to you, but I'm not sure. I'm not
Mm.
sure.
I will you jogged the memory on the pursing and the big purses. I remember being in my early 20s and the big thing was to go to New York City.
Mhm.
And obviously they have all the knockoffs. And so it's wild to me to think because in order to get to the knockoffs, you would go and then they would be like, all right, you got to get in this van. And they would drive you around in this van. So like 3 20-year-old girls hop in a van, get driven around so that you don't really know where you are, and then go down all these weird janky hallways. And then you'd go in a room and it would just be knockoff watches, purses, bags, etc. It's amazing I'm alive.
Yeah. They missed an opportunity there for
And then we would come
sure.
back with just like fake, like, you know what's the worst part now that I think about it? It would be fake Coach bags.
Yeah, you guys didn't even go for that top tier. You guys just went for like the lower level designer.
We're like, ooh,
Yeah.
Coach. Like,
Ooh,
that's
Michael
embarrassing.
Kors. I'm going to do it.
Exactly.
Well, that's like,
Oh,
I
that's so
found that
funny.
Louis Vuitton, I think it's a Louis Vuitton wallet just on the sidewalk in Vancouver. And I was like, I think this is real. And I remember Anna saw it and she was like, you have one? Because I'm always like, no, like I just designer stuff. I just find it repelling. I just don't know why. I just do. And I think it's because just the idea that you're spending such an enormous amount of money for a name brand, right? Like if it had functionality or if it had like a real reason of like, this is going to add something to your life outside of status, then like put the money towards it. That's an investment. But if it's like, you're just doing it to be like, hey, yo, I can afford this. And so, and I think you were there, Krissy. Because I wear it motorcycling because it's really thin and it's got the like where I can hook it into my jeans. So I wear it when I'm motorcycling or riding. And Anna was like, I'm sorry, you have a Louis Vuitton? I was like, dude, found it on the sidewalk. And one thing I plan on doing actually is taking fluorescent yellow nail polish or fabric paint and like writing on it, fake. You know what I mean? Like, so I'm like, I kind of hide it when I take it out. Yeah, it's real.
Oh,
Wouldn't be crazy though. It would have been like $200, but still for a wallet, that's expensive. But
I love it. You guys are haters. I want fancy things. I want to wear a Balenciaga shirt that says Balenciaga and it looks like tape. I want it.
Friendship off.
What? You guys are. If I could run.
No, yeah, no. But like, I just think. I guess here's the other thing of like when you have that type of money, it's not like you're taking away from. If I went out and bought a Balenciaga or whatever the Balenciaga sweater, that means I don't get to do my Yellowstone motorcycle trip, or I don't go to Nashville, or I don't do something else. And so there's no way I'm walking around with a sweater and trading that for an experience or something. Whereas people that have that kind of money, they aren't making that trade. They're just trading their souls.
Right.
That's all.
Fashion is
To be
so
like,
big.
yay, I've got enough money that I get to do
Yeah.
experiences and wear this sweater.
Look, at the end of the
Fashion
day,
is a
people
whole
do you.
world. Yeah.
Of course it
fashion
is.
a
It's an
whole world.
art. But
Yeah,
there's a
it's
lot
an
of people that are rocking stuff, and I'm like, there's no style. You're just wearing a bunch of labels, and you got no style. There's no art you're even putting together. If anything, they're detracting from it. 'Cause I'm like,
They're a billboard.
yeah, you're just a walking billboard. You paid a lot of money to be their advertiser. No, thank you. You know who I'm advertising? Mickey goddamn Mouse.
Oh my God, I almost wore my Lion King shirt today. Fuck.
Oh.
My shirt
Labels.
says fuck on it. That's about as close as I can
Oh, this
Your
is
shirt
where,
says fuck?
this is where we're
get.
at.
It's Lita's,
People.
lovely as fuck.
Oh,
It also has
nice.
like, like one of those stains that's permanent. Like, see
Oh,
how
yeah.
here, how does one deal? It's just part of it now.
On Instagram,
That actually makes
did you
it.
watch Jessica's thing about being in debt?
Yeah.
Oh my God, so real. To be quite frank, I really was like, I'm not the biggest fan of this whole program. I don't know. I feel a little like whatever. Like I support, of course, but it all felt very
What program?
superficial. Like Jessica and the Lita's program a little
Got
bit.
you,
I kind of
got
was
you.
like, oh, it's a bit superficial on some of the things. Like,
Yeah,
You know,
some of the things that she'd post and stuff, it would feel as though it was like targeted. Do you feel like it was like targeted to a certain demographic that felt like it was all for show, or how do you feel?
I just wasn't sure where it was going, because it was supposed to like express inclusivity, and it was supposed to be like everybody involved, but everybody that was on there was skinny, blonde.
Yes, that's what I mean. Yep, the same thing of like targeted to a demographic that's like, oh, too cool for school, and like, but just look to the side and hang off a fence, and like sexy but bad to the bone. And I was like, I can't do any of those things. So
We are in. I don't look that good.
I'm like, we're humping the fence. So
You and I have a photo of us on a fence, actually, Laurie, when we did Motovation, and we for sure
did not look like that.
no.
It's like look like you're escaping from like trying to go to jail. You're like, no.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
It was
continue your
legit.
thought.
It was legit. And you know, she has always kind of like done some certain posting like about IVF, and like I truly follow her. And so it was really cool to see, because as a small business owner myself, I'm like, how do people freaking do it? You know what I mean? And she has such a large platform that it was really cool for her to just be totally blank and honest and be like, listen, like I did this thing as a business, and it's kind of like taking me down a bit, and I had to retract and build back up. And I just was like, right on. And it was probably the
Very
first
cool.
post that I had liked of hers in a really long time. And it's not like you just like, oh my God.
Yep. That is our fence photo. Sorry, we got to pause just for a quick second here. Oh, Krissy, it's so much better than I thought it was going to be.
It was completely.
That
worse.
is wild that we had a fence photo, and that's
that you
our
guys?
fence photo. Yes. That's us doing a photo shoot.
Where?
Yes.
Let me see that again. I
Okay.
did not.
That's,
I
and
thought
by
that was-
photo shoot, I want to be clear.
Yeah.
By photo shoot, it was our friend Murray in an alley with us, our cell phones. So I love how we're like, it was during a photo shoot. That's us doing a
my
fence
God,
shot.
It totally is.
We need to post
Holy
that.
cow. That is amazing. There's
Yeah.
something super sexy about that.
Calvin Klein.
Unreal.
Feels very trafficky.
What was the inspiration behind that? I'd love to know.
There was a fence. Oh, that's another one. There was just railings and there was fences, and we just wanted to catch our good sides and angles. They always talk about really find your angles, and I've really committed to that in my lifetime.
We found them. We
Did
were
you
like,
guys-
parkour is our angle.
Did you guys sell some merch
parkour.
off of those?
No,
Not yet. But there's
Oh.
time.
Yeah. How long ago was that?
2021.
3
That
years?
shoot was because we at that point
Whoa.
had podcast episodes in the bank, and only we knew about the podcast, and we were
Yeah, at
going
that
to
time we hadn't
release it
even-
to the world. Then we released
Even
it to the 3 people.
And
It's so funny when you start
those
something like
3
that and you're
years
so stressed,
stuck with
being like,
us.
everything's gonna be out there, and then it's like 5 listeners. Oh God.
It's big stuff.
and also
I didn't even-
what
I
we
never even
thought.
thought about
Did we
it.
nervous? What do you mean? Tell more. Say more.
I never thought about how small the listeners were. I just came on and would talk. I actually never think about, is there people listening to this? I just like
No,
totally
we don't either.
fucking forget it.
Oh yeah, we have this. I think
Hi,
there's a certain
fam.
level, but yeah, especially because we're talking like this in conversation.
Yeah.
This one, I'm like, oh, I'm going to hang out with my friends. The other ones are a bit more, not that you're like thinking someone's going to hear this, but you're definitely thinking if there's one person this could reach, what would I want to hear, or what could be helpful to me? So those ones definitely I'm more of aware that like, but these ones,
Shenanigans.
no one could hear and it wouldn't change. Well, those ones too, but I very much am not thinking of, clearly we say fucked up shit and then our mothers hear it. We
Mhm.
clearly are not cognizant.
Oh, I'm not cognizant.
So where are we starting today?
Okay, I got a good one.
Hit us.
With your best shot.
Okay.
Yeah.
This has to do with 2 things. Okay. A, when the planets aligned the other day. Do you remember that?
Mhm.
The planets. Did you guys see it?
Didn't.
Couldn't.
Oh, me either.
Well, like as in like with my eyeballs looking.
Did you guys see, or did you guys take time to go and look at the planets being aligned?
I did not.
I am so sad I didn't pay attention to
Yeah,
what
me
was
too.
happening in the world.
I
Don't
have
worry,
been,
it's
my brain
coming up
hasn't
again.
allowed extras. So I have just been tunnel
They said
vision.
it was going to happen again in 300 years. That's fucking lie. It's happening like August 21st, and it's going to be 7 planets instead of 6. So
I'll
it's
stay
all
up for
good.
that one.
Yeah, you stay up for that one. Keep it in your mind. The other one is Elon Musk. Ugh.
Mm.
This is awkward. I just ordered a Cybertruck.
Oh,
Lucky.
you
I just wanted a practical vehicle.
Yeah.
get your Louis Vuitton. And did you guys know that he is planning an intergalactic trip? He's building something that states you're going to be going to Mars to colonize, and he believes that it's going to be colonizing in 2050. This is his prediction. Now, the other thing that I'm so funny and curious about, which my partner's grandma brought it up, and I didn't even know it existed, but NASA in like 2017, maybe 2018, said that for $38, you could put your name down, $38 USD, and you would be pulled and put into a draw of people that were going to be going to Mars to never come back again. And when COVID happened, nothing came about. The money went to, I'm not sure, but like
what, all $60 or $76, the two people that fucking signed up?
No, there was millions
more
of people. Yeah, millions of people signed up for this. So there's this money just like we were sitting there, and I was like, I didn't even know this was a thing that you could like go to.
I'm trying to look up at the same time to be like, Mars
I have
lottery.
a link. Yeah, so it was like a CNN put it out that you could go to Mars and you could be put on a list for $38. There was another one that was about putting your name on Mars that was free. That's totally different. But I, as a Canadian, had no idea that this was even a thing. And I was like, I wonder about Elon Musk and his travel to Mars. Like, what is this whole thing about going to Mars? What is it that bad here? I'd love to just put that out there.
I was like, did you see all the snow in Florida? Did you see the wildfires in LA? Like, she pretty bad. And in a sense of not this, like, it's like scary, but it's only going to continue to increase in velocity of these natural kind of disasters and these things. And like, where do these people continue to kind of go? And there's just so many ripple effects that are going to take place that the planet is going to do some funky ass shit because we've done some funky ass shit. Our planet might become unlivable or really dangerous. And so we might be extinct as a species if we don't find somewhere else to go. That said, I guess, is your question like, would you guys do it, or what's the question, or what's the thought?
Would you guys go? Would you do it?
No, I'll be good here. Like, if we go down, I'm good going down. Like, I personally believe in an afterlife. So like, obviously I don't want to die, but I'm scared to die of a painful death, but I'm not scared to die. And so I'm scared to go to another planet and live in a bloody spaceship until I can have oxygen. Like, no, thank you. I see all those like shows where they live in silos and they live in containers. Yeah. I'm not an inside person.
Claustrophobic?
Yeah.
A little bit. Yeah. Me too.
No, thank you.
That's fair.
No, thank you.
Quickly skimming this article is hilarious.
Are you checking
it? Was a company called Mars One. They were a Dutch company. This quote is amazing. "It's likely that there will be a crematorium," said the CEO. "It's up to the people on Mars to decide what to do with their dead. But the whole point is because for the sake of human exploration on Mars at the time, it said no new inventions are needed to land humans on Mars. They just don't have the technology that exists to bring them back." So really, you were paying to kind of be the citizen scientist, I guess.
Yeah. You just go there and die, more or less.
So absolutely not. I would not participate. But I did another Google while we were on here, and NASA is looking to put humans on Mars by 2030, but not like average Joes, astronauts. And I'm like, I get that, because humans have always been fascinated by space exploration. And let's face it, we know so little. So it only makes sense with technology evolving as rapidly as it is that we're going to be able to experience or learn more and more.
Well, yeah.
And it does make sense if you were a multi-billionaire.
Mhm.
I mean, working on an exit strategy.
Elon
seems
Musk
like it
put a
makes a lot
statement
of
out
sense.
that you don't even need a lot of money. He said that it would be $100,000 up to $500,000 for you to make a trip to Mars. Like SpaceX is not even had an IPO yet. It's like all these rich people investing, and it's a $14 billion like business. Like SpaceX is insane. I believe that I truly hate what Elon Musk stands for, especially after his Heil Hitler the
he's
other
so
day.
gross.
And I just am just kind of like, what? My other thing is I'm just like, where are all these rich people know that I don't know? Is this the same
Oh,
thing?
a lot.
Yeah, I'm like,
they know a lot that we don't know.
What is this exit strategy? By 2050, all the rich people are just going to take off to Mars. They're like, thank you, everyone. We've dug up the Earth, and now you will explode, and bye-bye.
I will say I do follow the dangling carrot though, because I did see on LinkedIn this morning that Apple and SpaceX have partnered up.
Yeah,
and then you're like,
up.
ooh, I'll have satellite phone in the wilderness. Like selfish me is like in my immediate life, handy fucking dandy.
Oh my god. Yeah, they did, and a lot of them are like mingling together. Like, do you guys go into stocks? Do you have stocks at all?
I have all shroom stocks for the most part.
Oh my god, I love it. And it's all about following the news.
We've got tissue. We've got shit paper, toilet paper.
Toilet paper? That's your stock?
One of our big stocks is, so essentially what it is, it's like for boutique hotels, but it's going into like major hotels, but essentially to save paper and save size wise, they're like these little like slips that stack on each other that you pull out. Oh. And yeah, so it's like I think they're out of Vancouver. Anyways, that's where our big is in toilet paper.
I love that. And well, I mean, so the point of a stock is that they have to release all the information to the public in order for like them to like proceed and like get money and crowdfund and all that fun shit. So I love a stock. You get to know everything about a company, whether they like it or not, as much as you can, unless they want to get sued. But you can't do that with SpaceX, which I'm like, whoa, what do you mean we don't know anything? There's nothing that we know.
Yeah.
So, I'm just thinking to myself, like, maybe Mars won't be so bad. Maybe I will go.
I don't know. Like all that world just goes, it just feels so like nothing about it seems appealing to me. Like nothing about it goes, yeah, there'd be some fun in there, or there'd be adventure, or, at least you get a real chance. Like none of that. I'm just like, no, I'll walk in the forest until there is no forest, or at least the forest are like extinguish us. And they're just like, no, thank you. You are, termite to us, gone, you will, like the earth itself. Cause that's what I understand anyways. It's like, we will not destroy the planet. Eventually the planet will destroy us. The planet's been around much longer than us. We're not going to be the ones that take it down, but we will be the ones that take ourselves down through our shitty behavior to the planet. Okay, crew.
Plan. Oh,
Peace.
Is this my cue?
No, this is where you got to go. This is our peace on earth. Namaste. You know what? As a yoga future instructor, how would you lead us out of a session?
Oh, how would I lead us out of a session? Okay. Thank you, everyone, for joining me here today on this lovely sunny morning. And the earth is going to survive everything, and we, as peaceful people, will lead the bad to the good.
Namaste.
You just went off-roading with the Motovation Podcast, hosted by Laurie Joy Kingwell and myself, Krissy Vann.
And of course, a special thank you to Richelle from True Grit Moto.
Whoop, boss it.
Never miss an episode by hitting like or subscribe. Connect with us on Instagram at Motovation Podcast and visit our website at themotovation.com. And in the meantime, full pegs, full throttle.
I think this is good though. It's like healthy, you know, like people will be like, oh my God, I don't floss.
Oh, it's to be so hard not to laugh to get through this intro.